Hey, God bless you, my friend. This is Sister Sharon, and today we are discussing what to do when someone refuses to forgive you. I don't think there is no words that could describe when you have sinned against someone and you are truly repentant. You are sorrowful for what you have done. You know it was wrong. And you go to that person sincere and broken, and they slam the door in your face. There is nothing more painful than to have cared for someone, but because you sinned against them, they won't let you back that way. Now, I need you to understand, friends, that some relationships, you need to thank God that that person hardened their hearts, because you may not be where you are today, because God looking out for us. Oftentimes, I believe when we get to heaven and God does a rewind on our lives, it's going to be plenty moments where we are going to shake our head with our Father when He reveals His protection that comes from an obstinate heart, protecting you so that you do not get hurt. When a person refuses to give you mercy, you have gone to them over and over again. You've made attempts to send them gifts. You've made attempts to send peace offerings. You have made attempts to help them financially. You have made attempts to restore that relationship with everything in you. Friends, stop it. You have to let it go. No one can touch a heart like God. And oftentimes, distance is what will do that. But if it doesn't, beloved, don't keep putting, or as the scriptures teach us through Jesus, casting your pearls. If we knew better, oftentimes we would have done better. When that person does not express mercy, I need you to hear me, friend, because it could be you withholding forgiveness. What they're doing is standing in pride. They have made themselves judge. That's why unforgiveness is not tolerable by God, because we have all sinned against God. Now, Matthew chapter 6, Jesus said, when you are offended, you go to your neighbor. If you don't forgive your debtors and you want God to forgive you, oh friend, it is the greatest form of hypocrisy is to ask God for forgiveness, who we owe the greatest debt, but then someone steals from you. It could even be, they stole your wife, they stole your boyfriend, they stole your girlfriend. Some of this stuff is deep. It's like cutthroat stuff, but it doesn't matter. It must be forgiven. Friends, I can share some stories with you. You can share some of yours with me of some situations. You don't even have words for this kind of pain that people have caused you. But when they refuse, when you go to them earnestly, you got to let it go. You got to give it time, and you have to trust if it's God's will. That thing could be restored, but not without that person as a participant. That person must come to the knowledge of the saving grace of Jesus Christ. Until that happens, friend, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time, your dimes, your energy, your sleep. You cannot change the spots on a leopard. No one can change the spots on a leopard but the one that created the leopard. No one can change the heart of an obstinate person but God. And until that happens, my friend, you need to do as Jesus said, bless them, because they're cursing you in their heart by withholding forgiveness. It's like a curse, blocking and stopping you from expressing love and kindness. Beloved, take your money, take your time that you're wasting on this obstinate heart, and go into these fields that are ripe. The harvest can use all those resources you wasting on Buki. Buki. Excuse me, my friend. You cannot, I don't care what you did. It cannot compare to what we have all done to Jesus. What we have all done to our Creator. I don't care. You might say, but Sister Sharon, you don't know what I did. I don't blame them. No, friend. There is nothing under this sun, as hard as it is for us. See, when you practice forgiveness in small things, when you need it, when the big things come, you done had good practice. So when a person has given you the hand and they just refuse, you got to go. You got to let them go. You have to find a resting place to put that. Bless them, but you must give it to God, friend, or that person can destroy you. Proverbs chapter 6 says, if we've harmed someone with our words, we are to go to them earnestly. If you've divided a relationship, if you have told someone's business, and this is happening in families where you are telling your spouse, you're telling your kids' business, you talked about your husband or your wife, you are tearing up your family with your own mouth. And then some people get fed up. That's why they don't want to be bothered, because you keep doing the same thing you did to them the last time. So, friend, make sure that you are not pouring salt on these wounds with behavior that you refuse to check. Oh, yes, friend. Make sure you have done all. Make sure you're not expecting them to give you a pardon and you keep on causing them harm yourself. He or she that has an ear to hear, please take a look at Matthew chapter 6. Take a look at Mark chapter 11, starting at verse 25. Take a look at Luke chapter 11. When you stand and pray and you have an ought against someone, he said, go and get it straight. But if you can't get it straight, friend, and that person refuses, continue to just give them over to God. I pray in the name of our Savior Jesus Christ that each one of you also find that it's possible God is protecting you. He's protecting you from them harming you any further. And that obstinate heart can be just like Pharaoh, so you can get away and escape. That's the other side. It's up to you to look at your situation, friend, because it could very well be the protection of our God. He or she that has an ear to hear, God bless you, my friends. Till next time.